And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Captain of Industry. And yeah, I've been sitting around waiting for research to finish. And yeah, we are in the new version, 4.10. 0.4.10 just dropped. And I am ecstatic about that because we have ourselves an alternate source of sausage meat trimmings, right? We now can convert meat right into trimmings, which is glorious. So what I'm going to do is I am going to delete this for a second. I want to. Oh man, I don't have a whole lot of room in here, do I? So yeah, let's empty that. Priority 1, so they actually do it. And for some reason, we are going through a lot of meat. I wonder if they bumped up. We should be more than capable of keeping up with that. Yeah. Well, I did set that to priority. Okay, so we're gonna delete that and that. We're gonna empty you out. Pretty please. All right, so sausage, once we have a sort of a surplus of meat, like, can you please take care of all of this stuff? Like, is this... Well, you got the parts removed. Can you clear everything else out? How about the meat? Somebody take the meat. Fine. Fine. I'll allow partially loaded trucks. You'd think that you set that on a super duper high priority, that that it would just ignore that altogether. Let's empty that. I don't know if we have... I don't think we have any place to put compost, which is why they're not removing it. So, where can we put compost? Well, how about over here? Oh, we have compost here. We are going to not accept assigned only. So why aren't they removing it? Let's remove that and see if they do it now. Hey, I think so. I mean, you're still going up here, even though we didn't even assign it. Yeah, part of that, I don't know. There's something super broken about the assignment, the routes. It just feels like it, right? Because like they're not moving anything. Even though we here turned off accept assign only. They should be allowed to dump over here. We should not have to specifically set an export route over to here. Like, that should not be needed. But apparently it is. And now they're emptying it. See that? Like, I don't understand. If we just get rid of all of the things in the stuff, like all of them, like that it just performs better, in my opinion. Okay, so let's first of all, we're going to put a flat balancer right in the way. And then you and you. All right, we got carcasses all over the place. Where's the salt at? Did they change that recipe? I don't have any salt over here. Well, how did that happen? I thought for sure I had salt over here. Well, I definitely need salt over here, so we might as well, like, bring some salt over here. Because that's weird. That's weird. I thought I had it over here. Salt. Let's keep that baby full. And don't allow export. Just import. We're going to want another one of these. This way. Okay, and then we're going to want another one of these. Pointing maybe this way. And I need to keep away. That's why I sort of outlined where my walls are gonna go, just because I wanted to make sure not to upset the balance. Come on, let's remove things out of here, please. Okay, so I need some salt, and we need to get the trimmings out. So I need a U-shaped balancer somewhere out here. Okay, this is going to be sausage. Okay, flour, and then we're going to need, we're going to need the salt, and we're going to need flour. I did not realize we were going to need flour. Where, pray tell, is the flour at? Are we even baking? We are delivering bread, so we're making bread somewhere. Where are we making bread? Oh, it's up here. Aha. There it is. So, we are going to want just this horrible, horrible situation over here. And then let's Unity Boost this. This will cut into our... this is going to cut into our animal feed for the time being. Although, with the latest update, they did boost the wheat animal feed recipe. Look at that. 60 wheat, 96 animal feed. Glorious, glorious amount of animal feed that we get out of that. Okay, so this should be not running because I need to move the goopy, icky. So we're gonna connect you up to there. We're gonna connect you up to there. This is gonna be the priority. Okay. And all of this is gonna be meat to meat trimmings, right? And then we're gonna grab the excess from here. Why did this not connect? Really? There's something with this game that just does not cooperate. Okay, so get rid of that. That's not in the way anymore. All right, so we're gonna need some flour down here, and we need the salt. So let's get the salt moved. We're gonna need it all the way down here. Like so, and then we're gonna have to do a curly Q icky number on this. Yeah, it just has to be done. I'm not too concerned with that. Okay, so there we go. That's the salt delivery. And then we have the U-shaped conveyors go right in like that. And then they need flour. So we're going to grab, well, let's grab a medium one of these. So this is going to be our sausage. No, not eggs. Yeah, now when you copy something, it copies all the settings by default. So just the people are going to have to get used to that. Okay, and then we need some flour. We got the salt. Trimmings are good. Let's bring those in. We need some flour. Here, flour. Let's keep that full. Truck export off. And then flat conveyor. Right in there like that. Okay, so we want to priority out the meat up to here. Why are you emptied? No, no, no. Truck import off. Just make sure we got nothing. Yeah, we don't need the intestines in there. All right, Cargo Depot 3. This is the other thing I was waiting for. Cargo Depot 3. Let's slow her down while I do this. This is a beast. This thing is a monstrous behemoth. And I want to give myself some space here, because I might redo this in order to build one of these. Because this cargo depot is going to be used for quite a lot of things. I love how it says loose materials such as bauxite. Bauxite isn't even in the game. Bauxite makes aluminum, and that's not even in the game. Basic module, yeah. I think it's going to be a loose module. We're going to want 2. I think maybe, well, we're going to want loose modules on all of these, right? So this is going to be quartz. Okay, so those 3 are quartz. I need a little Duvallaki here. Let's grab that. Not a cheap thing to build. Truck import off. Truck export off. We want to, I don't want to export fuel from these. That's just asking for trouble. Okay, let's go ahead and build this and build these 3. These are going to be something else. They are going to be uranium. We haven't built this yet. The ship that's over here is pretty tough, but yeah, we're going to get there. Okay, so quartz. We want to get this guy up and running. I always give myself a little bit of distance here, just for funsies. Because one thing we can do that makes life a little bit easier is U-shaped. Take from every one of these, right? And then place an equal number. Doesn't really matter. The outputs don't really matter. The inputs are what matters. And then say strictly even inputs. That means these will drain equally fast, right? And you won't have some really lopsided system. Okay, and we should have another ship ready to go, and we have the quartz mine down here, and it's been upgraded, and we are good to go. We have to be careful because the world settings on this are limited. There's a limited amount there, so having limits like that, I don't really like it. I don't like it. So every other game that I've played, I've not had any limits on it. And why is there only 180? Like, that should be way higher than 180. I thought. Yeah, see, like 220 there. Weird. Okay. Quartz is on the way. And the strictly even inputs will ensure that they all drain equally fast. So it doesn't really matter on the first few ships because they're going to drain completely anyway, but after that, it's nice to not have it super lopsided. I might want to reset my sand. Right now I'm digging it out of here, right? But we have all of this sand over here. Like, there's a ton of sand over here. I need to start clearing that. All right. These guys are slowly working through all of this. I am going to want to start expanding this out because what I like to do in the late game is take my farming and move it down, you know, to a nice big area down here. And all my food production, all that stuff gets moved out of this. And then this gets converted into more industry that feeds off of this area here. Because we got a lot of stuff in here. And so once I move all that stuff out, I mine and flatten everything in here down to whatever level this is. Which is 3. Yeah, it's 3 right now. Okay, so what do we do with quartz? Quartz. We are going to need some graphite, so that's something we're going to have to spin up. And this isn't an arc furnace. This thing takes a monumental amount of power, by the way. 750 kilowatts. Almost a megawatt of power for this one thing. So just be aware, it's a beast. And so, yeah, what we're going to do, we are going to expand power first. That's the first order of business. And I would like to copy this. Where is our... Okay. I want to try to snuggle it in here. Not much snuggling. Not much snuggling going on. That's gonna be hard to do that way. Collision with pipe. I'd really like to keep some of these open. I can move this pipe, but I wanted to keep it, you know, you see how I'm pulling right out of coal right now? I don't rely on trucks delivering. It's just how fast I can mine it. So if I put it here, right? Okay. This is going to be really, really icky. It's going to be icky. Let's just grin and bear it. We are going to want a pipe here. And here. And then these exhausts, I could do an exhaust scrubber, get a little bit more steam, and even, you know, toss it into one of these. Even though that's really intermittent, I would rather use that steam from this to generate water. Because then I could use these two. So that's 36. It's going to be 4 times 36. It's going to be a lot of potential water. It's just getting the... oh, man. This is just not ideal at all. I wish this was a little bit bigger platform at the moment. What are you holding on? You don't have any stone. You know, I am just gonna clear that out because not having those be able to see that, not ideal. Another place we could build that is over here. But remember, we have all of this coal. This is going to be an enormous pit when it's as we dig this out. And then this over here again, an enormous pit, deep pit that I'm just not sure where to build all this stuff. But I definitely am going to need another set. So we might as well. Yeah, we might as well. For now. Okay. And then for now, do that. You know what? Screw that. Oh, jeez, I didn't want to pick up. I wanted to do all of those one square away. So much for having a path through here. Oh well. This is just a little bit of a buffer, right? It's just a little bit of a buffer. Now for the water recovery from here. These enormous things. Yeah, this is not ideal. Okay. And then these guys. Get fit in like that. And they just feed that boiler. That's all we need for that boiler. This, unfortunately, is going to require another one of these. And then you go in there. So this one, once it starts, we'll start to spin it up, right? It will start sending steam out. The steam will come in here, get converted into water, and then that will fuel the next one. So having it done like this takes a little while for it to actually spin up and get all perfect. What model is this? It is a level 2, so we are going to come in through here. Really? I can't. I knew I'd get it to fit. All right. Where? Okay, this is my water supply. Good. This is the coal. Let's start running that. And with the one amount of vehicle part 2s that I have, You know, I've got a few vehicle part 2s. Or 3s. Jeepers creepers. Vehicle part 3s. I'm going to make our first excavator. Our first mega excavator. Glorious. That should be ready to go by next episode. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to mail a mega excavator and a couple dump trucks. And I'm going to put that on coal because we are just barely able to keep up with coal demands. You know, we might even be deficient in a few places, but oh good lord, I didn't build the rest of that. Just scatterbrained. I'm just scatterbrained. There we go. Let's get some sausages out and about. Okay. So, finally get this thing done. So he'll always prioritize that, and probably want to turn partially loaded trucks off again, just because it saves. Okay, so we are going to need all of this built. And then we'll turn on auto balance on this one and this one. Well, actually, no. Do we want to do that? I mean, one flywheel I don't think is enough. I don't think is enough to really keep this thing powered, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna cut it. All right, but let's get this stuff built. I'm going to pause this. I want this to fill up. I'm going to pause this one as well. I want these to completely fill up with steam. Even though it's a good match, I want that buffer to be in there because it's the only way to really make it work well. Having 3 of these, if they were running full blast, they would probably completely deplete that groundwater reservoir. So we've got to be careful with that. And these are all empty because I'm prioritizing the water coming from this. So these will always, these will always remain empty. And then the water to this setup is coming directly out of the groundwater wells. All right, so our first steam. This one doesn't have any water yet, of course, because we don't have any steam low coming in here. So it is what it is. This is. I can turn on the auto balance on this one. And then these, what priority are these? These are priority 2. These are priority 2. I want these to be like priority 4. Only kick on if you are needed. Okay. Okay, how many? We got 88 sausage. This should. I'm prioritizing this out, right? Why? I must have had some stray meat in here from before when I didn't set this priority. Because this certainly made a lot of trimmings. And so this with 3 chicken farms, 3 chicken farms produce exactly 30 a minute of carcasses, which is exactly what this needs. So this produces 15 a minute of meat, which we are using 10.2. So we are producing an excess of meat, and now that number will even go down further once we start supplying sausage. So then sausage starts getting made and a lot faster because this fills up. Once this fills up, meat is going to come down here, and this new recipe is going to keep this thing running constantly, and that is always a good thing. All right, now we can unpause you, unpause you. Now this thing is going to start consuming that steam. It's going to start producing the steam low, which then gets consumed into steam depleted, etc., and so on and so on. So yeah, once these run through, they'll start this guy. I could pause this guy. Like, if we paused him, I wonder if that affects. Doesn't look like it affects the mechanical power, so that's good. But getting this guy some water is always a good thing. Let's get some steam in here. All right. Well, now that we have, more power, we can go ahead and tackle quartz, which the ship is getting our quartz. This is glorious. Anyway, so yeah, next episode we will tackle quartz and try to get us some electronics too. Yay! Look at that! It's glorious. It's so big. Let's get that over on coal. There we go. It's a huge, huge excavator. Yeah, it's like enormous, as big as this big tank here. It's slow. You don't want them traveling across the map, but it should help keep this up and running. And then once those new trucks are done, they got a ways to go. I'll pop one of those down here as well, or both of them. So this is 90, and we have 96 there and 30. Yeah, we have enough for one more, and that's the one queued up here. So we need electronics too to make infinite amounts of these. We don't have infinite amounts of electronics too yet. So yeah, next episode we will tackle all of that. So that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching. I will see you next time.